Michelangelo's David. And reportedly, as legend goes, one of his associates gets to ask him when he's done carving that thing, my gosh, how did you create this masterpiece which is surely going to be admired for century after century after century? What did you do? Did you start at the feet and start chiseling away at the feet? Did you start at the head? What did you actually do? And Michelangelo's response, as the legend goes, was as follows. He said, when I saw that huge block of marble before I even started, the masterpiece was already in place in my mind. All I did was chip away at the inconsequential pieces of marble. And it's the perfect analogy for sports and great softball. If you can eliminate the one or two or three things for you as an individual, and you, and each of you, the one or two or three things that's most responsible for distraction and ruining your confidence, you are ahead of the curve in regards to your confidence. What type of things am I even talking about? Think about this in the game. You look at softball. What about all the external triggers, all the external distractions? I'll give you a great example, a few great examples. And as you're listening to these examples, be honest with yourself. Be truly honest with yourself. Which one of these affects you the most, or two or three? What about stats? The external stats. Think about this for a second. A pitcher on the bump, about to throw, and she's thinking about what her ERA is. Instead of actually being in the moment, she's actually thinking about either the past or the future. She's absolutely not in the zone, in the present, in the moment. Thinking about stats. Or a hitter thinking, you know what? I've played great for these first 5 or 6 games. I'm batting .444 or .450 or .5. And let me see, I've just gone 0 for 3. I was leading the conference. Now, how is that? Am I still leading the... It's insane. But it's done all the time in many different sports, particularly softball, baseball. Or what about when you look at stats and then finally you get a realization, gosh, I'm in a slump. And that stat is constantly on your mind. Not to say that keeping stats aren't important. Keeping stats is critical. It's absolutely critical to keep stats and keep track. But when you're focusing on those stats takes you out of the moment and out of the zone, bad things happen. What about family and friends and media and their expectations? Now this is about to get painful. The family and friends that surround us and love us, for some, more than anybody else on the planet Earth, they're there for us and they fight for us. For some, well, hopefully for many. But sometimes some of those best friends can be, in regards to actual sports performance, our worst enemies. Because they're there in the stands and they're watching you and they're yelling certain things and they've been doing it since you were this high. And you just wish sometimes you could just reach into the stands and say, "You're killing me! Just leave me be." But it's not always easy to say that to family and friends, is it? And sometimes just that one external influence can be such a distraction for us and can destroy our confidence. That we sneak a peek up in the stands and we see, are we getting that validation or that affirmation? Do they seem pleased? Are they upset? Be aware of those distractions. What about a bad call by an ump? Life's so unfair. Oh my gosh. Or you see your coach get into it. And sometimes coaches do that, and some of the smarter coaches do that for effect sometimes, where they're acting like they're out of control, but they're not really out of control. They're doing it for a very, very good reason. And sometimes we don't always have the same level of control as our coach does. What about the crowd in general, outside of family and friends? Sometimes at various different levels, crowd can be very, very ugly in terms of things they say and how they say them. Really ugly. What about teammates' mistakes externally and how much that bothers you? If you're being honest, if you have a spine where you can actually say and be honest with yourself, you know what? There are times where I absolutely say, I can't believe her. She's killing us. And how frustrating that can be for your game.